Book title: The Space Colony Trials, Chapter 1. The stargazer's quest. The sun began to set, casting an ethereal glow across the sprawling field where Marcus Willoughby stood, his eyes fixed upon the twinkling stars above. Their distant presence always left him in awe, filling his heart with a profound sense of wonder and possibility. Marcus, a devoted family man and passionate astronaut, couldn't help but feel a deep connection to the vastness of the universe. As a child, Marcus had dreamed of reaching the stars. His parents, both scientists, had nurtured his curiosity and encouraged him to pursue his dreams. Through countless nights spent stargazing with his father, he had learned the constellations and their stories, finding solace in the mysteries of the cosmos. Now, a grown man with a family of his own, Marcus had dedicated his life to space exploration. He had toiled for years, honing his skills as an astronaut, until he finally earned a coveted spot at NASA. His dedication and unwavering belief in a higher power had propelled him forward, guiding his every step. But on this particular night, as Marcus stood under the starlit sky, his faith was about to face its greatest test. Word had reached him that a former NASA employee, an astronaut Harold Simmons, was using his power and connections to deny Marcus's family a place in the new space colony trials. It was a cruel act of injustice that seemed to defy everything Marcus held dear. Heart heavy with grief and anger, Marcus turned to his unwavering belief in a higher power to find solace and guidance. He believed that there was a purpose to everything, that his journey was not over, and that he was destined for greater things. Wandering through the field, Marcus found a secluded spot under a towering oak tree. He knelt down, his hands clasped tightly together, and began to pray. "Dear Heavenly Father," he whispered, his voice trembling with emotion, "I humbly ask for your guidance and strength in this time of adversity. Grant me the courage to fight for justice and a place among the stars." As he prayed, a sense of peace washed over Marcus. He felt a connection, a reassurance that his prayers had been heard. With renewed determination, he rose to his feet, ready to face whatever challenges lay before him. Over the next few weeks, Marcus embarked on a relentless quest for justice. He reached out to fellow astronauts, seeking their support and assistance. He uncovered the truth behind Harold Simmons' corruption and brought his nefarious actions and partnership with William Reed, one of NASA's own finance officers, to light. Throughout it all, Marcus kept his faith close to his heart. He found comfort in his unwavering belief that justice would prevail, that true merit would triumph over deceit. His spirituality became his guiding light, illuminating the path towards his ultimate goal: a place among the stars with his family. In the end, Marcus's unwavering determination paid off. The truth came out, and those responsible for his family's exclusion from the space colony trials would soon be held accountable. With tears of joy streaming down his face, Marcus celebrated the hard-fought victory to be heard. Standing under the starlit sky once more, Marcus felt a sense of fulfillment unlike anything he had ever experienced. He knew that his spiritual journey had not only led him to justice, but had also deepened his connection with the universe. As the world continued to gaze up at the stars, Marcus Willoughby, the devoted family man and passionate astronaut, felt a profound gratitude for his unwavering faith. It had guided him through the darkest of times and propelled him towards his ultimate goal: a place among the stargazers, where he and his family would soar through the cosmos, forever embracing the wonders of the universe. Chapter 2. Guardian of the Cosmos. Marcus awakened before sunrise, as he did every morning. He knew that the early hours of the day were sacred, a time when the universe seemed most alive and receptive to his spiritual connection. As he stepped outside his small, humble home, the crisp morning air greeted him, energizing his senses. His family, still asleep, remained unaware of the battles he fought on their behalf. In the solitude of a nearby field, Marcus began his daily rituals. With closed eyes and steady breaths, he grounded himself and reached out to the universe, seeking guidance and strength in God. As the sun made its ascent, its warm rays enveloped him, in a comforting embrace from above. Marcus believed that in this stillness, he became one with the cosmos, an instrument of peace and justice. Returning home, Marcus found his daughter, Amelia, at the kitchen table. She was engrossed in a book about the stars, her curiosity mirroring his own. Amelia possessed an intrinsic connection to the universe, a gift she had inherited from him. Marcus cherished these moments, watching his daughter grow and find her own purpose within the cosmic web. "Mornings are so special, aren't they, Daddy?" Amelia looked up, her eyes shining with wonder. "Yes, they are, my dear. A time when the universe whispers its secrets, when we are most receptive to its wisdom that our Heavenly Father hid in it." Marcus replied, a gentle smile gracing his lips. "Just as we have our daily rituals, the stars too have their path to follow, and they are faithful even to the end." Amelia nodded, her understanding shining through her gaze. Marcus took a seat beside her, and together they continued their exploration of the night sky through the pages of the book. As days turned into weeks, Marcus found himself facing more obstacles in his fight for justice. A well-known NASA employee, William Reed, had been working with Harold Simmons, manipulating government funds, diverting them for their own personal gain, putting at risk the funding for other family members to become a part of the new space trials. Marcus had discovered this web of deceit during his extensive research into the truth behind NASA's operations and its former astronaut Harold Simmons, who led the front to eliminate his family from being eligible for the upcoming space trials. Determined to expose the corruption and to guarantee his family's rightful place with him on the space station, Marcus delved deeper into his faith. He sought solace in his spiritual connection, knowing that he wasn't alone in this battle. Marcus believed that he had been chosen by the cosmos itself to be its guardian, a protector of truth and integrity. One evening, while studying the evidence he had gathered against the deceptive duel, Marcus received an unexpected phone call. It was his old friend, Jamal, who had been an informant within NASA during his time there. Marcus had confided in Jamal about his suspicions regarding both William Reed and Harold Simmons. "Marcus, I've got some information for you." Jamal's voice crackled with urgency on the other end of the line. "Reed's been trying to cover some of his tracks in accounting, but I managed to get hold of some documents. Meet me at the usual spot." Thanking Jamal, Marcus hurriedly left his house. The familiar night sky above him seemed to shimmer, as if acknowledging his resolve. He knew that this meeting with Jamal could change the course of their fight against corruption. As they met in the deserted parking lot, Jamal handed Marcus a file. "These documents hold the evidence you'll need, Marcus. Both Reed and Simmons won't know what hit them." Marcus flipped through the papers, his heart pounding with righteous anticipation. The more he read, the clearer his purpose became. This fight extended beyond mere corruption. It was a battle for the integrity of humanity's exploration. With a nod of gratitude towards Jamal, Marcus resolved to take the evidence to the appropriate authorities. He was ready to shed light on the dark corners of deceit that had enveloped NASA, to protect not just his loved ones, but also the potential of future generations. Marcus walked back home, feeling the weight of his role as a guardian of the cosmos. He knew that this journey wouldn't be easy, that more obstacles would emerge. But with unwavering belief in a divine plan, and with the support of his family and like-minded individuals, Marcus was ready to face them head-on. He knew the ruler of the universe had chosen him for something special, and he would not disappoint. Marcus would be the light in the darkness, the voice of truth amidst the cacophony of corruption. Chapter 3: The Cosmic Confrontation. As the sun began to set on the horizon, casting its fiery hues across the vast expanse of the space colony, Marcus felt a surge of determination coursing through his veins. He had spent countless hours studying the mysteries of the universe, delving into his advanced studies and meditating on the nature of cosmic forces. Now, he was prepared to confront his colleague, a well-respected NASA employee, William Reed, and ex-colleague Harold Simmons, to expose their treacherous plan. Marcus had always been a man of unwavering faith, believing that there was a deeper purpose to his existence. His spirituality had carried him through difficult times, and now it guided him towards the truth. He knew that he had to confront Reed face to face and put an end to his manipulation of the space colony trials. As Marcus approached William Reed's quarters, he could feel a pulsating energy in the air. It was as if the very cosmos were preparing for the encounter that was about to unfold. Taking a deep breath, he knocked on William Reed's door, ready to face whatever lay beyond it. The door creaked open, revealing the former astronaut Harold Simmons standing before him, clearly shocked at Marcus's arrival. Reed, standing behind him, his eyes glinted with a mixture of arrogance and malevolence, did not appear as shocked, and Marcus could sense the darkness that had consumed him. But Marcus was unfazed. His faith shielded him from the darkness, empowering him with a radiant light. "So you dare to challenge us?" Simmons, the first to speak, responded with mockery in his voice. Reed, hearing his counterpart fire off the line at the unexpected guest, joins in. "You, a mere mortal against the vastness of space, please, you would never survive." Both Reed and the former astronaut Simmons locked eyes with each other, then turning back to Marcus, sneered with an air of contentment. Marcus stood tall, his voice resonating with a calm certainty. "I have spent my life studying the cosmic forces that shape the universe. I know the interplay between light and darkness, and I will not let you both corrupt the purity of the space colony trials." The former astronaut Simmons laughed even more, disregarding all of what Marcus was saying. "Your spirituality is nothing more than a crutch for weak-minded fools. It has no power here. We are pure scientists," Simmons scoffed. "And I am science." Reed adds into the conversation, "And it's all about how the numbers line up. And it's my hands that control those numbers, Marcus. Don't be a fool and know your place." But Marcus knew better. He closed his eyes, centering his spirit, and as he did, the room seemed to transform. The walls shimmered with an ethereal glow, and the former astronaut's expressions flickered with uncertainty. A cosmic wind swept through the room, whispering secrets from the depths of the universe. Reed's skin began to crawl. Marcus opened his eyes, revealing a gaze ablaze with determination and faith. "You may think you hold power, but the forces of the universe are far greater than any mortal can comprehend. It is through my unwavering faith that I can harness this power to take you both down." Both Reed and Simmons snarled, their evident control slipping as Marcus stood firm against their manipulative tactics. Reed, desperate to gain back a sense of control, refutes back at Marcus. "You may have deluded yourself into thinking you hold the key to the universe, but I have seen its depths. I have been to the edges of existence and back. You are but a speck amidst the cosmos." Reed ends with an almost desperate hold in his voice. Marcus shook his head, his voice unwavering. "You may have traveled among the stars, Reed, but you have lost sight of their true purpose. It is not about power or manipulation, but about unity and hope. And it is those principles that guide me." Suddenly, a beam of light shot forth from Marcus's hands, illuminating the room. The former astronaut and NASA colleague stumbled backward, their arrogance crumbling before the overwhelming presence of the cosmos. "You will not succeed in your deceitful endeavors," Marcus declared, his voice echoing through the room. "I stand in the light of truth, and it will vanquish your darkness from its presence." In that moment, the former astronaut's facade shattered, and he fell to his knees. "I underestimated the power of your faith." With Simmons' words falling to the floor, Reed's arrogance grew even hotter. "Mark my words, Marcus, this is not the end. The cosmos is vast, and there are forces far greater than you can comprehend." Marcus extended his hand to the fallen astronaut, disregarding Reed's contempt. "Simmons, there is redemption even for those who have strayed from the path. Embrace the light, and you will find your way." The former astronaut hesitated, then slowly reached out and grasped Marcus's hand. As he did, he felt a surge of warmth and forgiveness wash over him. In that moment, he knew that his life would never be the same. After witnessing the grace that fell on Simmons, Reed gave out a quick huff and left the room, retreating to his back quarters. The cosmic confrontation had not only exposed the manipulation of both men but had also revealed to Marcus the true power of his spirituality. He now understood that his unwavering faith could guide him through any adversity, no matter how vast or daunting. With a newfound sense of purpose, Marcus vowed to bring unity and hope to the space colony trials, using his spirituality as a guiding light in the face of darkness. The cosmic forces were on his side, and he was ready to embrace their power. Chapter 4. Beyond Earthly Boundaries. As Marcus continued his pursuit for justice, he found himself immersed in a whirlwind of emotions. The anger and frustration that drove him initially were slowly transforming into something deeper, a yearning for more than just a place among the stars for his family. One evening, as Marcus sat alone outside in his small overpacked garage, huddled over his improvisational workbench, he couldn't help but feel a profound sense of emptiness. He had fought so long and so hard for this opportunity, but now that it was within his grasp, he felt lost and disconnected from his purpose. His mind wandered to the spiritual teachings his mother had shared with him as a child. Growing up in a small town in Connecticut, their family had followed an ancient philosophy that emphasized the interconnectedness of all things and the existence of a higher power in the universe. Marcus found solace in these teachings even during his darkest moments. Moved by a sudden surge of curiosity, Marcus decided to revisit his spiritual roots and explore the depths of his soul. With a renewed determination, he sought out wisdom by seeking God's word first, followed by some ancient writings that had been passed down through the generations in his family, hoping to find the answers to the questions that had plagued him. Marcus pressed forward. Days turned into weeks as Marcus delved into the writings that were before him, consumed by his quest for a connection to something greater than himself. The more he read, the more he realized that his journey was not just about securing his family's future. It was about finding his purpose in the vast expanse of the universe. One morning, Marcus stumbled upon some old writing that spoke to him on a profound level. It read, "In the pursuit of justice, one must first find justice within the self. Only then can true righteousness prevail beyond earthly boundaries." These words struck a chord deep within him, resonating with a truth he had long overlooked. Marcus knew that if he wanted to bring justice to his community and secure a place for his family on the space colony, he had to first find his own inner peace. Inspired by these newfound insights, he decided to reach out to a wise elder in his community, an old man named Elijah who was known for his spiritual wisdom. Elijah, a weathered figure with a gentle smile and a kind demeanor, welcomed Marcus into his humble abode. As they sat together, sipping tea made from rare herbs grown in his garden, Marcus poured out his heart, sharing his struggles and his longing for a sense of purpose. In response, Elijah listened intently before speaking softly, "My young friend, the journey you embark upon transcends the boundaries of Earth. It is a quest for meaning and understanding that requires not only the strength of your actions, but also the calmness of your spirit. Continue to seek wisdom from God in every corner of the universe you may find yourself in, for it is there you will find your true purpose." Marcus's eyes widened, with a glimmer of hope. He felt a sense of clarity he had not experienced before. Elijah's words resonated within his soul, filling him with a newfound sense of purpose and determination. Marcus received the confirmation he had hoped for, a clear understanding that he was indeed on the right path. From that day forward, Marcus dedicated himself not only to the pursuit of justice but also to the exploration of his own spirituality. He yearned to connect with something greater, to find his place in the universe beyond the confines of his earthly existence. With every step forward in his fight for justice, Marcus carried the teachings of his spirituality with him, infusing his actions with a deeper sense of purpose. He knew his journey had only just begun, a journey that would take him beyond earthly boundaries and into the realm of his own spiritual awakening. Little did Marcus know that this quest for self-discovery would not only transform his own life but would also touch the lives of countless others. As he delved into the depths of his soul and connected with something greater than himself, Marcus would become a beacon of hope and inspiration, guiding others to find their own purpose in the vast expanse of the universe. Chapter 5. A Faithful Voyage. Marcus stared out the window, his thoughts consumed by the impending final decision. The fate of his family, of humanity itself, seemed to hang in the balance. He watched as the evening sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow upon the sea. It was a sight that once brought him solace, but now it only served as a reminder of the uncertainty that lay ahead. His wife, Sarah, entered the room with 2 cups of steaming tea in her hands. Her green eyes shimmered with concern as she placed a cup on the table in front of him. "You've been lost in your thoughts all day, Marcus," she said softly, taking a seat beside him. "We need to have faith in the path we have chosen." Marcus sighed, his shoulders slumping under the weight of his worries. "I know, Sarah, but it's hard not to doubt when the future is so uncertain. We're putting everything on the line for this voyage, for the chance to find a new home. What if it's all for nothing?" Sarah placed a reassuring hand on his arm. "We have to trust that there is a greater plan at work here, Marcus. We've come this far because we believe in something bigger than ourselves. We can't let doubt consume us now." Their 2 children, Amelia and Joshua, burst into the room with wide smiles on their faces. Their enthusiasm was infectious, momentarily lifting the heavy atmosphere in the room. "Mommy, Daddy, look what I found!" Amelia exclaimed, holding up a worn-out book with faded golden letters on the cover. "It's called A Faithful Voyage." Marcus took the book from his daughter's hands and studied the cover. The title resonated with him, a beacon of hope amidst his inner turmoil. "Where did you find this, sweetheart?" he asked curiously. "I found it tucked away in one of the boxes Mommy was putting away in the attic." "In one of the old boxes, Daddy," Amelia replied. "Do you think it's a sign, like a message from above?" Sarah smiled at her daughter's innocence. "Perhaps it is, Amelia. Perhaps it's a reminder to hold on to our faith, even in the face of uncertainty." "Can we read it, Daddy, can we?" Joshua, filled with excitement, jumps on his father's lap, clutching his tiny fingers together with a begging plea. "We sure can," Marcus responded, taking in the joy he saw in both of his children and marveling at how wonderful and full life really could be. As the family gathered around the table, they delved into the pages of A Faithful Voyage. The book spoke of a great journey, one undertaken by a group of faithful individuals who had embarked on a voyage in search of a new beginning. Their unwavering belief in a divine plan carried them through treacherous waters and tumultuous storms, guiding them towards a new land of hope and opportunity. "Their journey wasn't easy," Marcus said, his voice filled with awe, "but they trusted in something greater and found the strength to persevere. We can learn a lot from their story." Marcus's words rang ever so true, and inside he knew, even he was listening. Throughout the days leading up to the final decision, the family found solace and inspiration within the pages of A Faithful Voyage. Their conversations were filled with hope and optimism, as they discussed their dreams for the future and the faith that had brought them this far. On the day of the final decision, as they stood together facing the unknown, Sarah took Marcus' hand in hers. "No matter what happens, we are in this together," she said, her eyes filled with determination. Marcus nodded, his fears momentarily subdued by the love and strength of his family. "We've come this far because of our faith," he replied. "And we will continue to trust in the divine plan that will determine our destiny among the stars." Hand in hand, they stepped forward, ready to face the ultimate test of their faith and embark on the greatest voyage of their lives. Chapter 6, Celestial Redemption. The courtroom was filled with tension as Marcus and his family anxiously awaited the outcome of the trial against Reed and Simmons. Both of them now former employees of NASA. The evidence presented against them was overwhelming, exposing their lies and manipulation of NASA funding. As the judge prepared to deliver the final verdict, Marcus felt a mixture of nerves and excitement. For over a year, he had fought tirelessly to uncover the truth and seek justice. Now, it seemed that their moment of redemption was finally within reach. The judge's voice echoed through the courtroom. "After careful consideration of the evidence presented, I find both defendants guilty of fraud, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy. Both William Reed and Harold Simmons will be held accountable for their actions, and the full extent of the law will be applied." Marcus and his family breathed a collective sigh of relief. The weight of their year-long struggle began to lift, and they could finally envision a future where they were no longer hindered by the lies and deceit that had plagued their past. Outside the courtroom, reporters clamored for statements, keen to capture the sentiments of those who had fought so valiantly for justice. Marcus stepped forward, his voice filled with determination. "Today, justice has been served. But this is not just a victory for us, it is a triumph for the power of truth, and the resilience of the human spirit. We have been granted the opportunity we fought so hard for, but our journey does not end here." His words resonated with those who had been following their story. Marcus and his family had become symbols of hope and perseverance. Their unwavering faith in the face of adversity had inspired countless others to find solace and trust in the power of the universe. As the days turned into weeks, Marcus and his family began to assimilate into their new lives among the stars. They were greeted with open arms by their fellow astronauts, who had followed their story and admired their resilience throughout the ordeal. One evening, as Marcus gazed out at the twinkling stars from the window of the spacecraft, his daughter, Amelia, approached him, her face beaming with wonder. "Daddy, can you believe it? We're actually here, among the stars." Marcus rested a hand on his daughter's shoulder and smiled. "It's a testament to the remarkable strength of the human spirit, Amelia. We overcame every obstacle with unwavering faith and determination, and we never stopped believing that we could reach this moment of redemption." Amelia looked at her father and nodded, taking in the magnitude of their journey. "And now, Daddy, we can inspire others to find their own redemption, just like we did." Marcus nodded, grateful for the opportunity to not only fulfill his own dreams but also to be a guiding light for others seeking solace and redemption. Their story had become a beacon of hope, proving that even in the darkest of times, faith and perseverance could lead to incredible outcomes. As the spacecraft glided through the vastness of the universe, Marcus and his family marveled at the celestial wonders around them. Their hearts swelled with gratitude for the second chance they had been granted, and with each passing moment, they were reminded of the extraordinary power of redemption. In the coming years, Marcus and his family would continue to explore the cosmos. Their journeys were marked by scientific discoveries and profound spiritual experiences. Their legacy would forever be etched in the records of space exploration, a shining example of the triumph of the human spirit, and the remarkable ability to overcome any obstacle, with unwavering faith and determination. The End, a book written by Jules Mahalo dedicated to my beautiful daughters whose very presence in my life reminds me to always look up at the stars to see all of our Father's lights shining over us and in us. October 25, 2023.